Karen issued a violation banning my contractor truck from my driveway, claiming commercial vehicles were prohibited. When I replaced it with a fully restored Sherman tank registered under Michigan antique vehicle law, everything changed. Our threats of towing turned into stunned silence once police confirmed I was entirely within my rights. My name is Vicky, military restoration specialist and licensed contractor in Michigan. For 22 years, I balanced construction work and restoring historic vehicles. 3 years ago, I bought a home in Riverside Oaks. The HOA rules mentioned boats, trailers, and oversized recreational vehicles. They said nothing about properly registered work trucks. I drove a clean white Ford F350 with company signage. For 3 years, nobody complained about my parking. Then Karen became HOA president in February. She campaigned on restoring elegance and protecting property values aggressively. On March 3rd, I received a certified violation notice. It claimed commercial vehicles were prohibited from driveways. Notice demanded removal within 14 days. Section 7.3 prohibited vehicles exceeding 1-ton capacity. My F350 was exactly 1 ton rated. It did not exceed the stated covenant limit. I called HOA Administrator Janet Moore immediately. She said the board interpreted signage as commercial violation. The covenant language clearly referenced weight, not signage. At the board meeting, I presented my argument calmly. Retired attorney Douglas Webb agreed with my interpretation. Karen reluctantly tabled enforcement pending covenant amendment proposal. She pushed for banning all commercial signage entirely. The amendment required 75% homeowner approval. In May, the vote failed decisively. Only 42% supported Karen's proposal. I believe the issue was finally resolved. In June, a new violation accused excessive morning noise. I documented start times and ambient sound levels carefully. The complaint was withdrawn for lack of evidence. Karen then alleged fluid leaks contaminating property. My mechanic certified the truck mechanically sound. That complaint was dismissed as well. The harassment continued through autumn relentlessly. By October, I had spent thousands on legal defense. I decided to respond creatively within legal boundaries. 3 years earlier, I purchased a 1944 M4A3 Sherman tank. It was demilitarized and restored meticulously. The vehicle was registered as an antique in Michigan. Under state law, it qualified as historic transportation. The HOA covenants mentioned nothing about military vehicles. They only restricted certain commercial classifications. I called property attorney Marcus Chen for advice. He reviewed the covenants and Michigan vehicle statutes thoroughly. He confirmed the tank was legally protected as antique. If registered and insured, it could park privately. On November 3rd, I brought the Sherman home. A heavy equipment trailer delivered it to my driveway. Neighbors gathered as 30 tons rolled into place. The olive-drab paint gleamed under autumn sunlight. Karen stormed over within minutes, furious. She demanded immediate removal of the tank. I calmly explained its legal antique registration status. She called the police, claiming public safety concerns. Officer Nathan Rodriguez from Grand Rapids arrived shortly. He reviewed registration and insurance documentation carefully. Everything was valid under Michigan law, confirmed I was not violating any statute. He even admired the historical restoration enthusiastically. Karen was left speechless beside the driveway. An emergency HOA meeting was called days later. Marcus attended with me for legal support. Karen argued the tank damaged aesthetics and safety. Marcus explained nuisance claims required demonstrable harm legally. Douglas Webb agreed enforcement would fail in court. The board voted 4-1 against action. Karen was the sole dissenting vote recorded. She filed complaints with city and state agencies. Each agency investigated and dismissed her allegations promptly. She attempted gathering signatures for amendment vote. She secured only 31% support. The amendment effort collapsed before formal ballot. Meanwhile, the Sherman attracted curious visitors frequently. Local media covered the unusual neighborhood dispute story. My contracting business saw increased inquiries afterward. The restoration business gained 3 new contracts. Through December, the Sherman remained proudly displayed. I decorated it tastefully with holiday lights. In January, Karen resigned as HOA president. Her house went on market by March. Douglas Webb became new president, emphasizing lawful governance. Guidelines were clarified regarding legally registered vehicles. In April, the first returned the Sherman to storage. I occasionally bring it home for maintenance testing. No further violations have ever been issued. My white F350 remains parked in a driveway peacefully. Children sometimes stop to photograph the tank. Veterans occasionally share heartfelt service memories nearby. The Sherman symbolizes lawful resistance to harassment. Karen tried banning my compliant work truck unfairly. Months of frivolous complaints followed persistently. So I parked a legally registered Sherman tank. She could not tow it or fine me. She could not amend the covenant successfully. Her campaign collapsed under legal scrutiny completely. Authority has limits when confronted with knowledge. Sometimes the most effective response is creative compliance. Sometimes it is 30 tons of restored armor.